Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto has clearly panicked. And William Ruto is living in fear. Let me ask you this simple question. Why do you think William Ruto is avoiding the mountain? Because in 2022, William Ruto would spend 5 days in the mountain and spare only 2 days in a week for the rest of the country. But can you remember the last time you saw William Ruto in the mountain? Long time ago. Yet the mountain voted for William Ruto to the man, which means there's a fear in William Ruto about going to the mountain. And William Ruto has clearly changed his strategy. For those who've been following him very closely, William Ruto is now spending more of his time, energy, and resources in regions that are a bit receptive. That is why William Ruto has been to Nyanza, he's been to northern Kenya, William Ruto has been to coastal region, he has been to western Kenya, but he's avoiding the mountain. Yesterday, William Ruto embarked on a 3-day tour of North Rift. During the last election, William Ruto never used to campaign in the Rift Valley. But we are now seeing William Ruto focusing his energy in Rift Valley. 3 good days. In this particular video, I want us to do a critical analysis about William Ruto's tour, 3-day tour of North Rift. But before I do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us dive in. Why do you think William Ruto is now focusing more of his energy, time, and resources in the Rift Valley?
Basi, wananchi wa Keses hamjambo. Keses chamge. Oamune. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nione kwa mikono. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hey. Yaani muko area. Na hata mimi niko area. Hey, na mumekuja. Kwani iko maneno gani? Ama ni salamu ya mwaka mpya? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey.
For me, the first reason why William Ruto is now focusing more of his energy in Rift Valley is because he's trying to consolidate his support base. Probably before embarking on those hostile grounds like the mountain. I remember, for those who have been following this channel for a long time, I remember during the last election, I used to advise Raila Odinga and his team that they needed to focus more on their strongholds. Because, for example, in the mountain, Raila Odinga spent a lot of his time and resources there. But you all know the outcome. And it was very clear at that time that the mountain had already decided that those who are going to vote for Raila Odinga were going to vote for Raila Odinga, whether he was going to spend his time there or not. And that those who are going to vote for Ruto had also made their minds. So Raila Odinga only needed to focus on his stronghold so that he could address some of the issues. For example, there was this narrative that Luo Nyanza did not, 700,000 people never turned up. So if he had spent most of his time in Nyanza, maybe he would have managed to convince another 300 people to vote. Ruto, I think, must have learned from that. Ruto is now focusing on the Rift Valley, because as long as the Rift Valley is living in fear, they might not turn up. He needs each and every vote now in the Rift Valley. That's why if you paid very close attention to their speeches, let us listen to their speeches.
Mimi nawauliza viongozi wenzangu, viongozi wale ambao katika vichwa vyenu munafikiri ya kwamba mutatenganisha Kenya, muendeshe siasa ya chuki na migawanyiko, mimi nataka niwaambie, you will fail and you will fail miserably, because this country can only move forward if we are united, if we are together, and that is how we are going to have a nation that all of us are going to be proud of. And I am going to stand firm in uniting the people of Kenya. against all odds, against all the naysayers, because Kenya must make progress. And this is the moment for Kenya to make progress. Tumeelewana jameni?
Number two, I think William Ruto is also using the Rift Valley, which is receptive, to counter the ongoing criticism against his government. William Ruto's government has become very unpopular in almost all parts of the country. Even the Rift Valley had started rebelling against this government. But he needed a ground which was receptive, or which is receptive to respond. Because sometimes you can go to, say, you can come to Nyanza and he can't respond fully because people will not respond. Yeah. So if you listened to his speech and that of Ichungwa, they used the occasion to actually respond to those criticism.
Ukiona wale wanatengeneza mapicha na kutengeneza picha kama wameweka mtu kwa jeneza na wanaweka jeneza kiongozi wa taifa. Mimi nataka niulize, and I want to ask this question to every parent in our country, and particularly the church leaders who are defending this bad behavior, and all those politicians, including those who don't agree with us politically, who are defending this behavior. If tomorrow your child goes to school today and another child whom they share the same class sends a picture, the same picture, when your child has been put in a coffin, will you still defend that behavior? Because when that message is sent to your child, what is that errant child saying? He is threatening your child that I will kill you. And we are here clapping for behaviors that have been perpetuated for a long time. I want to assure you, Your Excellency, myself and our team in Interior, we are going to relook at this behavior, and we will make sure that we will charge all of those who are using this social media to threaten others. Because if we don't do so, we will not have a country that is in order. We must bring order to our country because we want Kenyans to live in a nation that is orderly. And we want those who are in charge, those who are in public service, those who are in politics, wa support rais wetu kuhakikisha kwamba nchi yetu inakuwa ni nchi ambayo iko na law and order.
Mimi nawauliza vijana wale wengine wasipotoshwe na wanasiasa wa kuwalipa pesa kidogo ati waweke mapicha ya viongozi ati kwenye makaburi. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa vijana, leo mtaweka viongozi kwa makaburi, kesho mtaweka wazazi wenu kwa makaburi, kesho kutwa mtaweka wenzenu, marafiki zenu ama ndugu zenu kwa makaburi. Siku hiyo ingine nyinyi mtaanza mambo ya mauaji. I want to ask you, those who are encouraging young people to continue this trend where they are putting people in coffins, let us be careful so that we don't build a generation that is going to self-destruct. We must tell our young people that good morals, good character pays. Instead of using the internet to have pictures, images of people in coffins, use the internet to monetize and create jobs for yourself, earn money and make your lives better. Having coffins will not help you in any way, and it will do nothing to nobody. Tunaelewana ama tuelewani? Tuko pamoja?
Wakati niliwaambia wakati wa maandamano, wale wanaandamana Nairobi hawana shida ya stima. Si rais leo ametuletea stima hapa? Nyinyi mnataka stima, hamtaki. Sasa wewe rais umesikia. Hawa wananchi wanasema wale watu wa kupiga kelele kwa mitandao ati wanasema William Ruto hawezi kanyanga ground. Hapa ni ground ama hapa ni wapi? Walisikia hapa ni wapi? Hapa ni ground. Muko na huyu mungwana na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza yenye tulisema hatupangui ngui. Sasa iko wengine kwa mitandao wanasema ati watawapanga, msijisajili kwa mpango wa Taifa Care. Mumesema mnajisajili? Si mnajisajili? Tuwaambie wale ambao ni wa kueneza siasa za kupoteza wengine. Nimeona wengine wako ng'ambo wanaambia watu msijiandikishe Taifa Care, ati hamna haja na manyumba ya housing, na mwenye anaandika haya kwa mitandao ako ng'ambo anakula minofu. Na wakati niliwaambia wakati wa maandamano, wale wanaandamana Nairobi hawana shida ya stima. Si rais leo ametuletea stima hapa? Nyinyi mnataka stima, hamtaki. Wale wako kwa mitandao sababu wako na stima kwao, wanawaletea siasa ya uchochezi. Na wameshikana na viongozi wachache wajinga. Viongozi nini?
Number 3, William Ruto is also trying to create momentum for 2027. In short, William Ruto is embarking on early campaign. He ended last year on a very bad note. People were avoiding his rallies. So he wants a situation where he can get the crowd, then move with that crowd moving forward. If you were keen on Twitter, his team were like, kwani hawa ni wakina nani? Even Ishungwa in his statement, kwani these are the masses? Because there is this perception that Ruto is not with the masses. So they wanted to create that momentum, and they hope that that momentum, they can push it. And William Ruto is actually assuring these people that, you know, things are okay.
Na mimi nataka niwaambie hivi, ndugu zangu watu wa Kenya, maneno ya siasa ya 2027 mambo yake bado. Wangoje, maneno ni mbichi, bado mambo. Ama namna gani? Tunaelewana? Kwa sababu tumepatiwa kazi na wananchi. Ile kazi ambayo mimi napanga, maneno ya elimu ya watoto wetu, maneno ya kilimo ya wakulima, maneno ya matibabu, kuunganisha stima, kusukuma barabara, na mimi nitakuwa na scorecard yangu 2027. Mimi na challenge wale wengine watafute scorecard yao. Wazimangamange hapa watakuja kukwama. Ama namna gani? Tuko pamoja? Tunaelewana? Sijui kama unafikiri unaweza kuja kuuzia hawa watu wananchi fitina. Ati ilienda ikarudi ikaenda kondo. Wananchi wamechanuka nani? Wanajua what they want. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Mimi niulize nyinyi watu wa hapa Moi's Bridge. Mambo ya stima inasonga mbele ama isongi mbele? Mambo ya kilimo inasonga mbele ama isongi mbele? Walimu tumewaajiri hatujawaajiri? Bei ya mbolea tumepunguza hatujapunguza? Mambo ya universal health coverage inasonga ama isongi? Maneno ile tuliweka ya mambo ya housing inasonga ama isongi? Maneno ya market inasonga ama isongi? Nyinyi wengine mjipange yenu mtakuja kusema ni gani. Ama namna gani jameni? Tuko pamoja?
Number 4, and this is something which is very important politically speaking. William Ruto is also trying to create perception. I've always explained to you guys on this particular platform that politics is a perceptional game. Game of numbers, perceived or real. We witnessed last year when William Ruto would go to events, people would not bother. The events in Embu, several other parts of the country. So they needed to create the perception that Ruto still has the masses. That's why the 2 rallies yesterday and today, probably even tomorrow, they heavily invested in mobilizing the crowd. Several buses ferried people to the venue. And even the way, you know, like Ruto was just opening a TTI, launching some road there. And the crowd were well mobilized. If you watched how he entered, you can clearly tell that someone was out to create that perception.
Watu wa Kapsawara mjambo. Capture of Chamgei. Capture of Chamgei. Elgeyo Marakwet mjambo. Marakwet West mjambo. Basi. Wananchi wa Keses mjambo. Keses Chamgei. Omune. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nione kwa mikono. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hey. Yani muko area. na hata mimi niko area. Na mumekuja, kwani iko maneno gani? Ama ni salamu ya mwaka mpya? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey.
And lastly, Ruto is touring North Rift, as part of his strategy to assure his support base, which is the Rift Valley, that everything is okay. William Ruto has toured several parts of the Rift. He was in Kericho, Bomet. In some of the instances, the reception are good. His people are being heckled, which was sending wrong signals. The other day, there was I don't know whether it was a cultural event, which was attended by Johanna Ngeno and Alfred Keter. It was full. So which means the Rift Valley, as much as they have the presidency, they would want to protect it. They are a bit restive. So he wanted to give them that assurance. And that's why someone like Farah Malim would speak. They were speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, listening to Farah Malim.
Alafu washenzi wengine wanasema ati Kasongo Ruto must go. Kumzenu hao ambao wanasema hivyo. Kwani amekaa kwa kiti ya mama yako ama baba yako? Amekaa kwa kiti yetu sisi na tutamchagua, tutamrudisha with 99% from the Eastern Province, hapa Eastern wafugaji wote, na nyinyi mtaniahidi mtanipa mimi 99% ama 100%. Mtanipa ngapi? Mtanipa ngapi? Mheshimiwa Rais, nataka usikie hii. Initiate programs katika constituency yangu.
Let us end the video there. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.